Hey, are you as sick and tired as I am and the rest of your friends that played Diablo Immortal to continually get crashes and disconnect, system timeouts? Maybe have you ever been in the middle of a Immortal title defense with your clan, and all of a sudden your game dies out on you because of a network connection? Well, if you are, join lots of us out there, lots of bugs out there in Diablo Immortal. But guess what? In here, I've done the research. We've got the answers and the solutions to make it some error-free gaming so you can really enjoy such an awesome game, Diablo Immortal. Stay tuned. All right, so as you heard, welcome to Video Gamepalooza Gamer Tech Tips. This is our first in a bunch of videos we're going to be producing. It's really focused around two things, as you see with our Video Gamepalooza. If you're new, we focus on, as you saw in the video, entertain, educate, and inspire. So we have tech courses that we teach to students getting certifications. We get them jobs. But a lot of our students that we've served throughout the 8-10 years now that we've been doing this, many of them are gamers. So we thought this would be a great and engaging way to not only solve problems in games, but also for those who are interested further after the solution is about of how exactly you'd actually use knowledge and learning in the tech field, right, to potentially advance yourself, make more money, get a new job perhaps. So anyway, while we're here, Diablo Immortal, it's also one of my favorite games. It's probably one of the reasons why we're spending time together. I've been playing this, seems like nonstop, since it first came out. We have a great team, the Immortals, on our server, which is called Curator. And, last week we won again, and it's our fifth week of our reign. So it's been very exciting, but really was not exciting, especially what happened to me in my situation. That's what prompted me to do this video, is constant and constant disconnect, as you see on the screen here. If you've seen the reconnecting, or please check your internet connection. We were literally in the middle of a Immortal title defense last night, and probably half the time I was spent sitting waiting for my internet to connect. So obviously all of last night, the next day was just found trying to figure out what is exactly going on. And if you're like me, I'm scouring the internet, and there's bits and pieces of why this is happening. The biggest thing that I found was there's definitely a bug, as we all know, in Diablo Immortal. It's a new fantastic game, crossing, the gaming on the PC and the phone. So needless to say, as you'll see here, there's lots of people out there like you probably that are having the same issue. So hopefully what you can learn today will help. And we actually are segmenting these in three sections. One, we're stating the problem, which is Diablo Immortal, reconnects, disconnect, and internet fixes. So we're documenting the problem. Then we are going through the methodology, at least that we use in this case, to test, seems like everything, to eliminate all variables. And the last part of the video, which, if you're not interested in the first part, you can skip ahead to the part where we give you the solution. And the final part, since we are an educational charity that we help IT and cybersecurity people get degrees in education, is we will go over a couple ideas if you're interested in, what's the learning aspect of this to improve in your own troubleshooting at home. Maybe you want to get a certification from our Hope Training Academy, or maybe it's just something to share with some of your friends. So let's go through this, okay? So this is the example scenario you've probably seen. It's reconnecting. You're in the middle of gameplay. It says, please check your connection. There's a variety or host of issues. All of my testing has been on a PC, although I know this does happen on phones. I haven't noticed it on my phone so much as the PC. So actually, I'm going to just show you actually what happens. I'm going to switch over in real time on my account. I'm going to take you through a little bit, and lo and behold, it's very repeatable. And after that, I'll tell you the steps I took. So let's see this in action as we boot up our game. Okay. as you can see, it's loading, and here's our screen. So up here, if you can read it, I put it on the previous screen. This is the version I'm at, and actually I probably will need my glasses. Version 1.5.5 and a bunch of other numbers, .d Windows. So I'm just logging into our server here. I'm just showing you this real time. I am connected. Here's my Demon Hunter on a RJ45 wired network. So these are the problems. That also happens on a wired Ethernet connection, at least in my scenario here. So in this case, like I said, we are in a wired RJ45, and it really doesn't matter. It's kind of, it really happens every 30 to 60 seconds. We are part of the Immortal team, and as we're sitting here, talking, actually, I'll go out of here. So as we kind of kill some time a little bit, it shouldn't take too long, and hopefully the consistent bug that happens all the time will show up on time. So I don't know if you're familiar with the game, if you've ever been on the Immortals. Here is, I want to highlight our team. Skip this animation. So here we are. Here is our team. You can see we are 5 weeks in the running as champs. Here's some of our fantastic teammates for the Curator's Will, or Weekend Warriors in this case. So we have a fantastic team that I really love playing for, getting to know all these guys. It's fantastic. And here, let's go just run around, and let's just do some open world farming, and then we'll see when this nasty little error will cause itself to be seen here. You can see it's taken a little here. I don't know if it's already timing out. You can see it's thinking, and normally it's not that slow. I bet you we're going to get the timeout. And usually it's about, 30 seconds, a minute and a half. I don't think I've went 5 minutes, but this is definitely going to time out. So you'll see kind of, this is actually a rare one when you see this. By luck, oh yeah, right on cue. So thank you, computer. So this is definitely when you see it's a bug reported by lots of users all over the world. And it happens and manifests in wired RJ45 Ethernets and also wireless Ethernets connections. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't necessarily happen on every computer, but there's probably more than enough variables as to what, where, and how, and why. But needless to say, if we did this another 4 or 5 times, we would get this error. So part of the PC troubleshooting scenario is making sure it's repeatable. And you can see, just to bring up, here's my Demon Hunter. You can see my Resonance, and I really love playing the Demon Hunter. Just upgraded my Blood-Soaked Jade to level 6, so really are enjoying playing. So this is not the point of this video. Let's switch back over and get the solution here. Okay, we're back. So obviously, I guess thank you, Blizzard, or not thank you, for the bug. You can see it's very obvious. I think it must have just been something that got pushed out in a patch with all the reading I've done recently, because from the beginning, when I started playing at launch, really never, every once in a while you'd have these, but it must be recent, because this just last week, it's been horrible, literally, as you see, every 30 seconds. So when we were trying to do our Diablo Immortal, thankfully I had some really strong teammates that helped us through, and it was really frustrating because about half the time I was sitting like that, waiting in the middle of getting ready to kill somebody. So here's the checklist. So the first thing we do in Windows troubleshooting, and this is something we're going to take you through a little bit here. We're going to mention, because we don't want the video to be too long, we'll refer to other in-depth versions of this troubleshooting, but this will give you an overall guide. And then we've got other videos that I'm going to make that go into it more in depth. So once again, is your connection wired, meaning RJ45, it's a plug that goes into your computer. It's called Ethernet, or is it Wi-Fi? Also, what if your Wi-Fi? How strong is your connection? Is it a very strong connection, or is it weak? And there's whole things to go into troubleshooting with that. A big thing. This is something that I did yesterday. Is update my network card. So NIT we call the NIC. NIC is a shortcut network interface card, and that's where all the data comes in and out. And you're seeing I'm partially tailoring these videos to people who might not be as fluent with tech. I know there's a lot of really smart tech people out there that play Diablo. And I'm sort of tailoring this to the cross-section of gamers and people in tech that want just a solution. You can forget the stuff and don't watch this if you already know it, or people that don't know this stuff to give them more information. And people that really want to know more, they can take one of our free online and in-person classes. So in technology. So I've upgraded the network card. So there's plenty of guides out there on how to do that. It turned out my network driver on my Windows 11 HP Omen Obelisk system was 2019. So that was old. So we updated that. Also, during the process, we found out our computer BIOS, which is the HP Omen gaming PC i9, was old. So it also updated the BIOS. So after we went through those, we went through all the testing, and we still found the persistent connection, no matter what the settings were in the network card. Also, another thing you want to check on yours is check your home router settings to ensure that you're on the latest version of firmware. So if we have routers, whether it's a Cisco or Linksys or any kind of router, and these are the pieces of equipment that come from your telecom provider, say Comcast, into your house or your building. The internet comes into the router, and then the data then from the router either spreads out via Wi-Fi or other wired connections in your house or home. So a lot of the times those are always getting their firmware update, and firmware is nothing more than software instructions that are on a hardware chip on the router. So we want to make sure you go to that. And once again, there's so many. What I would do is, let's just say if you go to your router, it's a piece of hardware, and if it says Cisco or Linksys, the model number, just look up on YouTube how to update that and make sure you're on the absolute latest. Also, you have to make sure there's some quality settings depending on the age. As I put here, if you have an older cable modem down here, for example, AT&T or whatever Comcast your cable provider is, sometimes people don't realize that if your cable modem is 2 years old, 3 years old, you are entitled, if you're paying every month, to get a new one, because the companies come out with new hardware and things, and most of the time, little hint for you, get it for free. You just call them, have the tech come out, they'll upgrade your modem for free to a new model. And most of the time, if it's been a year or two, it's a good time to ask them if you can get the newer, latest and greatest, faster yet cheaper, less expensive service per month. So there's some tip if you're not familiar with that before. So you want to make sure you've got the latest and greatest. And there's also a couple things, and like I say, we're not going to go over it here on this video. We will do it in other videos, but you want to make sure some things like QoS, quality of service, is turned on. Some of the routers have what's called multicast, and these are things that bring the packets in and make them flow more efficiently around your network. Gaming is one thing that is a big benefit. Streaming on your TV and video and YouTube at home are all good reasons for that. So if you're on an older router or modem, you might not have some of those gaming features. If it's a really, really old one and you're on some real old DSL connection, I always recommend for people to go to Best Buy or somewhere and find a Nighthawk. I think that's a name. Look for the gamer switches and routers. Those will have all these features built in. They'll be very powerful, and they'll be able to really take full advantage of all your gaming. There's other stuff we'll talk about later that can help your gaming experience on a network. But in this case, we're going to just go on. You also want to double check with Blizzard to make sure their server's not down and they're not doing any updates. In this update, we're all waiting for, I think by the end of September, they're supposed to come up with some really big updates. Hopefully they fix this bug along with many others. like I said, I'm not complaining. Diablo Immortal is a great game, but as the more of the popularity increases, the more troubleshooting and bugs, and quite frankly, they're trying to, which is very ambitious, fully support a robust, phone platform as well as the PC. So there's lots of bugs to work out. And then obviously you want to make sure your Diablo Immortal is on the latest version. Now, if you go to Blizzard's site, and I just brought this up, I'm just reiterating a lot of these things that they will also, these are just common troubleshooting. And I do want to stress and emphasize, even though I've been, 20 years plus in the IT field, these are still things that you want to go through all of these, and don't skip one, because it's very easy. There's a reason they put them on here. Those are like the first things that you check, because the thing that I found out, which is the thing that actually fixed it, is not even on this list. Well, it sort of is, but it's kind of way, way, way down on the list. So once again, there's obviously an issue. I don't have to keep repeating it. If you go and search under this topic on Blizzard's site, the reconnecting issues PC version, this is directly from Diablo and Blizzard's website support. Tons and tons of people that are having the same problem. So I didn't want to do a tech tip video unless there was lots and lots of people having this issue. And hence there are. So this is the only one that I've actually found that works. Okay, so the great news, and no drum roll, what I found with the stable fix, this was both from testing here and reading, is, believe it or not, you want to use your phone, in this case I've got an Android, mobile hotspot to attach your PC's internet. So literally you saw the pausing and the junk that went on there, and it's so frustrating. You feel like throwing your stinking computer out the window. But cooler heads prevail. So these are the settings. So if you don't know how to set it up on your Android phone, if you get Android phone, these screens are the ones that you test. So I'm not going to go through it, other than these are the screenshots to show you how to turn on your hotspot. Once you've got your hotspot on, what you're going to want to do is disconnect your PC. So here in a second, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'll show you if my hotspot is on my phone. This now becomes my wireless connection to the internet. Now keep in mind, I am also connected in my home via the Wi-Fi on my phone. So the first step is to get connected on your phone to the Wi-Fi. I think hopefully you'll be able to figure that out. If not, there's plenty of tech tips out there for you. The next part is we are going to put this on the mobile hotspot, and then we are going to connect it from my PC to this. So this is my modem. And here I'll show you a screen where you do this in Windows 11, which I'm on. You will want to disable your internal RJ45 because you just don't want it to interfere. So I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to log in, and I'll play a minute or so, not that long, to show you that we don't really have any of those hiccups. Okay, so let's tap to play. And, this is going to be longer. This is, let's see. We're going to maybe just do a few minutes here. Let's actually go into a battlegrounds here, because these will take a little while. You can see here, let's see, I guess I'm up to, 11 on this legend rank. So I'm working my way up. And it looks like, no battlegrounds right now. Whoops, they're closed. Okay. So, I don't know. Let's just do some open world farming. So let's port, shall we? Because I don't really want to queue for a dungeon or anything. Let's, Library of Zoltan Cool is always fun to go into. So we'll just hop over there. So I'm timing this. We'll go maybe 3 minutes, and if you don't want to sit here and watch the whole time, the 3 or 4 minutes of me playing, that's fine. But I just wanted to show and prove that it's actually going to be more than the typical one and a half minutes when it finally times out. So, when I found this, and like I said, it took me many hours from last night to most of the day in researching this. And literally, I have, the nice thing about being in the IT business and owning a cybersecurity company and owning a, IT school and technical training school, we have lots of switches and routers and modems, and we use lots of them, Cisco, Ubiquity, Netgear, all of them. And so here at the house, I actually have redundant, 2 or 3 redundant internet connections coming into the house. And literally, this was multiple NICs, multiple switches, multiple routers, changed about 30 settings, on each one, and reset them to defaults. And if you're in IT, you'll know none of this stuff is exceptionally fun to do if you're not in the business. To me, actually, they are kind of fun. But as I'm showing here and I'm kind of proving this tech tip, it's not just a bunch of slides and some hocus pocus. This is real live. We'll go 2 or 3 minutes of but this works. And like I said, after I did some research, I found some people talking about it, and when I first found out about this, it was really low at the bottom of some post with some person who tried this, and I thought, that was kind of absurd. Why would I want to run through my phone? And if I, obviously, hopefully, I don't know what luck, hopefully, Blizzard will fix this, because it's a known bug. It's a mother heap of a bug, especially for us people that play Immortal, love Immortal, play competitively on the Immortals or the Shadows, and just really wanted to get the most out of our definitely investment, both time and dollars in this game. So I know there's a lot of fantastic streamers out there, including JT. Who I enjoy watching. JT is all business, I think, is his name, but I enjoy watching JT and seeing what he's done. Good job, JT, if you're ever watching this and somebody shares it. As somebody myself who's, started and created and ran over 12 tech companies over the years, 2 or 3 video game companies, I really always admire a lot of the streamers that are out there, like JT and a lot of the other Diablo streamers, that it's a business, and I get it, and I think JT and all the rest of the Diablo Immortal streamers are doing it, and in no way am I interested or anxious to recreate what they do. I think all of those guys do a great job of covering Diablo Immortal. I myself learned quite a bit as a business owner with 4 kids of my own and things like that, and a wife and kids ranging from 6 on up. I really rely on those guys to do the great job they do with all the statistics and the spreadsheets that they put together about way to get the most damage. You can see on mine, right now I'm at about 8449 damage, and let's see, where am I in terms of resonance 3050, combat rating 4315. So it's just been a lot of trial, error, and knowledge. So thanks to all the Diablo Immortal community, because you guys do a great service, I think. So thank you. Just like I want to thank all of our team staff, and I am killing time here because I want to go several minutes here just to show that this is a good fix. And so I'll just go to one more place here. And it's been about 5 minutes. So like I said, hopefully you guys don't want to listen to me talk and rant, but just discuss this. You can skim through it and just see, it's a valid fix. And so like I said, I don't want to ever post any fixes that I myself haven't done, or any one of our team, of our students here at Hope Training Academy, Video Gamepalooza have done, because I've been a gamer since I've been 8 years old. Back to the 80s, owned video game companies that do retro games, a Doom Authentics and others. And, you know, that's how we learn nowadays, is through other gamers, friends, YouTube, internet. And so it's just a privilege. And actually, you know, my 6-8-year-olds are big into Roblox. And so you may be seeing stuff from Roblox. And then actually one of my daughters, Hope, believe it or not, she's 8, and she's also playing Diablo Immortal. She enjoys it. So anyway, I think the point is made, hopefully, here. I'm 6 minutes, and it's just rock solid. So I'm going to switch over, and we're going to finish up here. So as you see, thanks for bearing with me if you went through the whole thing, the proving it, because, you know, we went through one video, which is about 30 seconds, 45 seconds a minute, disconnect, crap. So like I said, I was not going to stop until I fixed the solution. So hopefully, you know, this video will still be valid for a long time, meaning afterwards for people, teaching people the troubleshooting process for Diablo Immortal. Hopefully they fix the fix, and then you don't have to watch this again, but who knows? Hopefully it's beneficial. But I put a screen up here. I'm not an iPhone fan, even though a lot of people are, but these are the iPhone settings. You could do the same thing. I do have an iPhone here, but I didn't set it up, but I'm sure it also works well. So there's a notation. I did not try the iPhone one yet, but if anybody has and thinks it works, please share on the comments for everybody else. And then my last plug here. So thank you for your time and attention, fellow gamers, fellow Diablo Immortal gamers. If you're on my server, hopefully we'll see each other, say hello, watch some more videos. Once the server merge happens, whenever that does, feel free to say hi. Feel free to share tech tips, because I'm going to continue making videos as long as everybody wants to see them. But one thing I want to mention, we do have a charity. It's called Hope Training Academy, which is here. And it's a 501c3 that we raise money, and we put disadvantaged students that can't afford an education through. So we raise money through donations and grants, and we put them through certifications, which in this case is A+, which is I'm certified in, Network Plus, Security Plus. These are all CompTIA. These are the industry standards. There's lots of certifications. But people in our IT classes that are both in person and online are free to people who apply. Right now, they're free to all veterans. So if you're a veteran, please check hopetrainingacademy.org. Apply for these. It's up to a year-long certification and apprenticeship that you actually get paid for, and then we get you a job while you're taking classes. But the point is that you learn everything that I just discussed briefly in this: how to troubleshoot, how to, you know, work on PCs, how to troubleshoot networks, latency, connection, NICs, switchers, routers, firewalls, security. This is a 16-week certification. It's a great certification. Maybe many of you have this. If you don't, and if you're in school or not in school, we would love to help any one of you. We've helped thousands of students all across the state of Indiana. And it's something that this is new. We're putting this channel together. So we really want to outreach anybody who does want a free education and help get a job in a new career. Hopefully the thing that ties us all together is technology and gaming. And with that, I've went entirely too long. As you see, I'm pretty passionate about both technology and gaming and Diablo Immortal. And hopefully you're the same. This is helpful. Feel free to describe. We love you for you to subscribe, share this with your friends, others in the Diablo Immortal community. If you've got any other tech-related issues for any game, I mean, obviously Diablo Immortal is my focus now, but any game, we would love to start publishing whatever our audience desires. So with that, have a great day, and we'll speak soon. Thanks.